Oh, a lost lamb searched for a fox and finds itself at a temple. Not the temple of absence, but a temple of something that cannot be true, as nothing can be. Now, what kind of story is this?
Hey everyone. Oh, you were already. Hi. I was gonna do my lead in here. Hi, I'm the rememberist of Zampan. I you did you already do an intro?
Yes, yes, I did, little lamb. What are you?
I'm the rememberist of Zampania. This is my expedition log. I was going to introduce that I'm going to be interviewing you because I like remembering the other people and entities within Zampanio.
Mm-hmm.
I typically I ask the questions in these. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, just a moment. It's really interesting that so you say you want to remember things, but rememberist? Do
Yes,
you recall your name?
it's the rememberist. That's my name. But any
And I thought I was the embodiment of lies.
embodiment of
Oh, yeah, that's really.
oh, yes, that's
Oh.
right, listeners. Today I'm talking to the embodiment of lies, the counterpart to truth, I suppose, who is already off to a start, like running through things. So,
Oh.
if I may, um, embodiment of lies. It's an honor to speak to you today. Um, I was just wondering, first of all, do you remember a time before Zampani, like being a counterpart to truth? What does that look like? Is that always what you were?
Oh.
How's that work out for you?
See, that's just an interpretation of what you've said. Sure, as lies, you've seen me show up from time to time. I have cameoed, but in Zampano? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm older than that, silly. Oh, personally, I was in the space of mazes and other worlds and curses and stories before Zampano hit the door. It came to me, not the other way around. And, well, hmm, I think it's interesting that was your perspective on it.
I I do have to ask before I keep asking you questions. As the embodiment of lies, I guess it wouldn't. I guess if I asked, I wouldn't trust the answer if I asked. Can I be certain that anything you say is true, or do I have to go for like what would the other gods say in the situation of whether I should
Oh,
trust
no,
you?
no. Oh, look, I'll be honest here.
Oh,
Nothing
really?
is true.
Okay.
The truth is false. There is no truth.
Well, I met her.
Reality and perception. Hmm?
I did meet. She talked to me in Console of Zampania. It was awesome.
Yes, 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 that's great and all, but you realize that's not. Nothing can be true. Truth is a construct, just like all perception. I go by lies in this place more as a, well, if the embodiment of truth is like that, then if I am to speak earnestly, and if I am to play my games, then, well, what's the closest foil to truth you can think of? A lie. See, it's less of a literal lie, unless you really wish to believe in that, in which case, who am I to disagree? But, well,
I think I'm picking
do
up
you
what you're putting
understand?
down. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
so what you're saying is that you are lies in as much as truth is truth, and your truth wears a lot of false faces. Truth, ends up lying a lot more than the name would suggest, and so you've sort of positioned yourself as an acknowledgement of that, of the impossibility of truth, and so you end up saying more honest things than your name may lead people to believe.
Correct. Now, I need to ask you a question, just for my
Okay, okay.
understanding. If you were an animal, creature, or other such thing, what would you be?
Um, Okay, reminder that typically I like to ask the question because this is about you being remembered, right? But I guess as an animal, I'd want to be some kind of beetle. Obviously, I've always felt a connection with beetles and things. Um, to bring it back to interviewing you? How about you? What kind of animal would you want to be?
Oh. that's a question. See, many would think that I'm fond of a basilisk or a serpent of some kind, and I understand the instinct there. They are wonderful creatures after all. But personally, hmm, well, there's dragons, but I'm not really a dragon myself, and everyone knows the stories of foxes, but I'm not particularly a
Oh, you're
fox.
not a fox.
Well, I could be, but it's.
I find that interesting because your whole lead in it. If I was the lamb, in that, which I might not, maybe you were the lamb, but whoever the lamb was, who would that make the fox?
Well, the next animal I was about to say, is already taken, so it'd be confusing to say, but, well, foxes and trickery and, well, what do you know of Fae?
Of Fae, I'd say quite a bit. I happen to be looking for one actually. If anyone has any information about the whereabouts of the changeling, I guess send me. Do you know something about that?
Do I?
Do you?
Oh, do I?
Oh my
Oh,
God,
it's
do you?
so fun! You're such an interesting critter.
Uh-huh.
You really are like a beetle.
I, um, the let's try to stay on topic here. What do you you said you know something about the changeling.
I did not say that.
You
Perhaps you think I
implied
implied
it.
that?
Yes, I did. But could you elaborate on that, please?
What's the fun if I give away all of the chase? I have to
Okay.
watch you.
All right. In that case, I guess we'll do it on our own. So let's in that case let's move away from the whole mission thing because that all of that I think is secondary. My coworkers would be pissed with me, but at the very least, it is not entirely connected to what I do as the rememberist of Zampanio. And as the rememberist of Zampanio, I like to sort of ask people about their involvement in people and entities, or what would you like to be called as a noun, as a thing?
I think it's really interesting. I'm going to let you pick what you would like to use.
Okay, so as as an entity, what would you say is how you ended up here? Because you said that you existed before Zampano, that you've existed for a long time. Why be here now? Why associate yourself with this? Why wander this particular labyrinth?
Well, I'm less of a wanderer. It's encroached on my door, and I am simply claiming domain.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Interesting.
describe this as a temple, after all.
Oh, so this is the okay. I think I'm picking up. So this is the temple of something that cannot be true.
Well,
Interesting.
nothing can be true.
Well, yeah, but I guess so. This shows up at your door. What do you see first? What is your introduction to, I guess, this thing that's found itself at your doorstep?
Well, oh, sorry, that's just an indication of, well, no need to alarm you, but oh, let's just
Okay.
say an alarm of sorts was probably the actual answer. Let's just say some of my, what's the best way to put this? Let's just say followers. That's
Hmm.
not true. That is in fact not a correct description, but for the story it will do.
Hmm.
Are into labyrinths and have done shifting labyrinths in the sort for a long, long time. And that caught an eye, and, well, would you deny your follower your attention?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah. Definitely not. You got to give the followers your attention. You got to tell them to leave a like at the end of the video.
All right.
You got to tell them to
Can I give you a
subscribe.
piece of advice?
Yeah.
I think, especially when it comes to things like fate, You may need to learn when you need to let go and when you need to bite down.
Me?
Are you familiar with the Ouroboros?
Yeah, I am. Like the snake that eat the tail. What did
Yes.
I do something that I?
You've done many things.
Well,
You've
yeah, but
done
like,
many things.
but have I done something to mess with fate? I'm just trying to write stuff down. I'm trying to record stuff.
Oh, whether you meant to or not, you've been pierced by a red string on a needle.
Red red
Ah,
string. Um. Do you want to
well,
elaborate on
gold
that?
if you prefer. If you prefer the myth of Ariadne, I can say a gold string as well, but that's more of a labyrinth, and I don't think you're quite the gold string of fate type.
You're losing me. So you seem to have some sort of like mythological understanding beyond just the stories of Zampania. Would you call yourself a fan of Greek mythology in general?
I know bits and pieces.
Hmm. So
Icarus is such a funny one, though.
no, I
Do you know
agree.
Icarus?
Yeah, the
I'm
guy
more
that
of a
what got the wax wings, right? Flew too close to the sun.
yes. I prefer my followers are as more of a Promethean figure personally, but
Hmm.
Icarian figures are fascinating too. I'm also a fan of Daedalus, of course.
That's a good answer. I tend to really like Arachne. I think is easily one of my favorites. Arachne and then
Mhm.
Calliope, um, are two that are really important to me. And speaking of these like importance within stories, so as you've come to see the stories of Zampania, as you've come to see this world around you, have you found a special someone, a certain character, a person that particularly catches your interest? I guess.
Well, I know the best answer to this one. You listening to
Me?
me right now. It's you.
I I mean, I'm more so talking about people that were already in the. I'm just. I mean, yeah, I'm the rememberist, but I'm mostly. I take an outside perspective on
You're
things.
in the
I'm not.
web.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're all on the web, but like, surely there. Your answer could be like the Witherby, or the Wanda, the
Oh.
intern, the closer.
You want Zampano Sim and you don't want anything that's a little bit that high. I
I
suppose
guess
I
like
can
yeah,
oblige
JR's
that.
branch because I mean I'm flattered certainly. I don't I don't mind the appreciation, but what I'm talking about more so is the people that were already in the web, people that you want to remember. Besides me, who's already gonna be remembered because I'm doing all the remembering.
Well, archivists are often forgotten, but don't worry, I'll be sure to remember you.
Thank you.
Right, let's see. Hmm. Well, do you mind if I talk a few on a few points instead of just one?
As long as you answer the question, go right ahead.
So, alt is a fascinating one. There's
Hmm.
some flesh there that's not quite as interesting, but I think there's something quite interesting about theft of form.
Yeah.
And I think there's another one that's a bit like a broken doll, I'd say. White Nightingale.
Yeah.
White Nightingale is fascinating.
Oh, I agree. I really like White Nightingale.
Of course, of course. And oh, I could make some comments about some other ones, but I think that will do for now.
Those are some good choices. So White Nightingale and Alt.
Oh, yes.
That makes a lot of sense, and I guess that leaves you wondering, like, if someone like Alt, who takes the form of whoever she talks to, were to encounter you, what would that look like? I guess, like, what would happen if you met Alt?
Perception, perception, perception.
Hmm. I
It's
see.
about how I'm perceived, I would imagine. Or
Hmm.
perhaps I would not be a valid target. It really depends on the authorial intent, you know. You like stories, right?
Yeah.
You must. Now, I am not entirely in that frame, but I think a framework of a story is perhaps the best way to view it.
Hmm. So it's about the way that you're written, sort of.
Not precisely how I'd phrase it, but that's a good enough understanding.
I mean, I tend to think of reality as a sort of nested layer of of stories upon, where I'm a character in someone else's story, and you're a character in someone else's story, and we're all just like being told. There's no top layer. There's no outside text. It's just whoever talks last, I guess. So
Right.
within
Right.
that context, we all sort of get warped by our perception. But I find it interesting that you mentioned, I guess, what animal to become, because that's such a way of directing perception. And the fact that you led with the parable of the lamb and the fox, I suppose, definitely, I guess, primed me to take a particular answer in a way that I found really interesting. That I right after saying beetle, I realized that I'd been reaching for lamb a little bit too, and I just some funny about that, or
Oh, no, no, no. Go on.
okay, to pivot a little bit, getting back to the the map itself, Zampanio itself, I do want to ask, although I feel like I might already know your answer. So you got north, this is not a game, east, this is a game, and south, just truth. Of those three, do you have a favorite? And I'm assuming it's not going to be south.
All right. So I need to stop you for a moment.
Yeah.
And after this, I have another question that is rather important, but
Okay.
I need to stop you. 3 directions? 3 directions! Oh, yeah, that's not remotely even correct. But especially if you're even talking about, if you're just talking about Zampanio, so you're fashioning yourself just like truth. This is no. I reject the very premise of this question. Direction. I like the ones that aren't even in the standard directions, but you're only counting 3. Oh,
yeah, it's like a
wax
tag
of choice and interaction. No.
It's like a U quiz.
And then there's down, the spiraling down.
Which
there's
spice
up,
girl
where you're moving layers, and then there's you want to talk about north, east, and south only.
Well, yeah, it's like
God, I was going
BuzzFeed. Like these 25 dog pictures will determine whether you're the penguin or an ant.
It's insulting. That's what it is. It's an insulting question. There's so many other directions. There's forwards in times. There's backwards in times. There's other spatial dimensions. There's narrative dimensions. I mean, up and technically north and east and west here are all narrative dimensions as well. But what about centerwards? What about how labyrinth always leads you towards the center?
There's no center in this lab. That's just going nowhere. I mean, I get that there's more than 3 directions, but like if you're going towards the center, you're not going to find anything. You're just going to end up circling the drain forever because there is no it's like a donut or a bagel.
You don't think there's a center?
I don't think there's a
center. Do
center.
you not see the shadow of the beast?
Maybe there's a shadow of a center, but I just don't think that there's actually like there's no, the end is never the end. We're not going to find something in the middle point. It's just going to keep on going.
Oh, there may not be an end to the whole shadow, but there are ends. There are ends. You need to see them. You need to see them. You need to see them. String can be cut, and you cannot see. You cannot see that. I should not blame you for this.
I guess I'm really not seeing what you're seeing, because my focus isn't about trying to find the end. I'm looking towards forever. Honestly, I'm looking towards being remembered forever. I'm looking towards beating the rod. I'm looking towards continuing to circle, continuing to find people and archive them, preserve them into the futures of history.
Of course. And I am not seeking the end, to be clear. I just have an understanding of many things, and I am not simply focused on some imagination of eternity. But
yeah, I suppose my more mortal perception might result in a few different differences of opinion.
Right. I had a question.
Yes.
May I have a moment of your time?
I mean, yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'll make good use of it. Thank you.
Fuck, wait, is this... it's some Fable. I just fell for some Fae shit, didn't I? Shit.
Yes.
Can you give me any indication just how much I gave to you? Just how long is a moment? Have we defined that?
No, but you have just said that my time scale is much longer than yours, so you perhaps have primed that to be worse. Don't worry, I'll be responsible. I'll be responsible.
Will I be able to know if anything has changed, or like how's that? Whatever you can let me in. I like to be a little prepared for whatever. I should be the one asking the question. I'm asking. This is my interview. I'm gonna lock it down. I want to. Okay. Okay. Let's bring it back. There was a choose your own adventure story that I saw that you were involved in a little bit. I saw you sort of poking around different parts of it. Do you want to comment on what a choose your own adventure looks like, what that means for you in the in the structure of the echidna, and sort of like what do you think of that type of storytelling structure, and I guess storytelling structure in general?
Well, it's a very good way to call, I think, sort of. This isn't quite the way others would use it. Everyone has their own perception of the directions and their narrative importance, but I think it's a good way to beckon westward.
Westward.
Yes, westward.
That makes sense, I guess. Sort of towards the, increasing of like individual choice, of assigning meaning to things, of finding new pathways.
Yes, if it's the one I think it is, that one even goes as far as to do the call to action, in some directions of it.
Yeah, which I saw that, and I appreciated that there was literally that like instruction to think about what you want to see. Which feels very you, yeah?
What are you trying to remember, all in all? What are you seeking? Really?
That's that's a big question. I do have one more that I want to get to before we can talk.
Of course.
Well, I guess if I had to shit, I guess I want to not be forgotten about, I guess. Like, and I want my friends to not be forgotten about. I don't want it to be over. What do you want to be remembered for, I guess, is the better, that's the question I like to ask everybody is, as the rememberist, I'm interviewing you, I'm trying to put you into everyone's memory, trying to put you into the archives, put you into history. What do you want to be remembered for, 5-10 years from now, infinite years from now? Like, when the time has passed, when all is said and done, what does the memory of you look like in your ideal path forward?
I am not a fool. I wish to be forgotten. I wish to be forgotten. I must be forgotten.
Really?
Yes, I will leave scars, and those scars will never heal upon the world, and they will warp and they will change the shape, the string. But I do not want to be remembered. I should not be remembered. Forget.
What?
I will not be remembered as I am. I will not be remembered as something untrue, and that is what must happen. Why do you think I'm going by lies here? Why do you think that's the shape of the divinity that's filling this temple? It's about. Do you understand mazes? No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I play kids menu. I play Junior Jumble. I've been to Corn.
Oh, you certainly do play a Junior Jumble.
Hey, I'll have you know, if there were a Senior Jumble, I would kick its ass.
It's fun really? That you think that.
No, okay. What fucking divine knowledge is telling you that I couldn't kick the ass of Senior Jumble? Come on, jumble up a word right now. You just said Zampanio is a really fun game. You should play it.
It's not a good game. It's derivative. It's dog. Sorry. reflex. But it
don't
really
like
isn't that good. It has an interesting point in the genre, but it's derivative. It's the only reason people like it so much is because it's lost media that someone has decided to champion a flag for.
You sound like Roz.
Well, maybe Roz has some good points. Maybe you should listen. Sorry.
Are you? So you're familiar with her work? Have you been following more than just? Have you been looking at my team?
You shoved it into the maze.
Well, yeah.
You're feeding it.
I didn't think
you're feeding it.
I didn't think I'd get the notice of like the divine.
It sees Do you not know this statement? Oh, you stare into the abyss stares back. What do you think is going on now? You wander into it. There's a reason I described you as a lamb.
So actually, that reminds me. There was one other thing that I wanted to ask you, which was earlier. You were talking about your followers, and you said that that wasn't a good way to describe it, but that was what you'd use for the moment. What or who are you talking? Like, what does it mean to be a not follower of you? I guess.
Well, the word on its own can mean a lot of things. And there are probably some who would consider themselves my followers. But that was not what I was referring to. It's more, you don't get layers. You don't really get layers. You don't understand layers and the mazes and the directions. So I don't even bother, but it's tangled in that web, so to speak.
So wait, I get layers. I use fucking Clip Studio Paint. I eat cake. I know. I watch Shrek. I know everything about layers. You keep assuming I don't know. Okay, I get that I'm not a divine entity. I get that I'm just the rememberist. And
I thought you would have known. I was very hopeful, but
I do know.
Stop. Question.
Yes.
What is a story to you?
A story to me is a way of hey! Cut that shit out. You are really trying my patience here. Okay. What is a story to you?
Oh, you're trying. Oh, you are so lucky that I am benevolent. You're so lucky.
Are you benevolent? You keep talking shit about. Sorry. I don't mean to yell. I just you keep assuming I don't know stuff, and I just want to remember what you know, and it's not just for me. It's for the archive.
It's a warning. I'm warning you. I'm
me specifically.
Well, also your listeners, of course, but
okay. Good.
This isn't just for you.
So you understand that this is
you, dear listener.
You understand that this is an interview. Good. Okay. So we have a good start there.
But you're trying to interview the divinity. Of course, it's going to be a little bit complicated, especially when we're talking about. Anyway, a story.
Yeah.
Oh well. Honestly, I don't think you know what a story is, and I kind of would hate to steal that journey from you.
Okay, a story is what happens when you take a narrative that you've built out of perception of shit you've seen in the world, and you give it characters, you give it significance, you give it a plot, you give it something to follow. Like it's just a thread of a narrative. Like it's what happens when you take a narrative and you bring it to its logical conclusion. I know what a story. I literally do this shit. This is what I do.
Thread. What a fun choice of word.
Well,
it really does show your. You really do show. I mean this kindly, but you have the tendencies of a lamb. You have the tendencies of a fool, and perhaps like the fool, that first card in a deck. Maybe you can become something that's less susceptible. I think.
Susceptible? Hello?
You don't remember your name.
Yes, I do. It's the rememberist.
It's not. No.
Then okay, what is it? If it's not the rememberist of Zampanio, that is my name.
Oh, I'd say it, but I don't think the recording would take it. It's not survived in any of the others, of course.
Did I? Are you talking about like some true name bullshit thing, or is this like some fey stuff's happened to me? Because I have my name.
You don't.
What's happening to me then? If I no, that's you're just lying. You're lying. It's my name is the rememberist. My name has always been the rememberist. If you look at the fucking like newspaper, it'll be a beautiful baby named the rememberist was born.
Do you recall what my advice was earlier in this interview?
God, it was, you gave me, No,
I can tell you again, it's no
please.
problem. Bite down or let go.
Bite down or let go. Then what am I doing now? Because I thought I was biting down pretty hard.
Oh, you're just circling. You're just circling and falling down a little helix like a ring on a track. You need to rid yourself of that little string of fate, or you'll never be free.
But everyone has fate. What am I without? I I need to.
You need to let go or bite down. That's what you need to do.
Who died and put you in charge of my life?
Well, I'm not. I suppose that advice was uncalled for, but you're heading down a dark path, and
I'm being so. I'm okay. Just literally just remembering people and archiving people. That couldn't be a less dark path. Like what? Like fucking like remembering shit is like a void is not knowing shit. Light is knowledge. Light is narrative significance. Light is everything that I'm doing. Everything I'm doing is in service of preserving knowledge. So if you're gonna come at me in my fucking interview and tell me that I'm just like going down a dark path, I don't see it. People love these logs. People love that I'm doing this. I have so many
oh,
people that want to talk to me about like you. I'm happy
they
I got you
are.
on, but I got bigger fish to fry. I got more people coming. So whatever shit you have to say about the direction that I'm going, I just don't. I'm not buying it.
I will say it is entertaining, but I was trying to speak out of concern.
What kind of concern do you have for me? Why do you keep calling me a lamb? Why are you trying to get me to just?
you need to speak with your team. I think
What do you
you need to
want?
listen. I it doesn't need to happen again.
What doesn't need to happen again? What happened?
I I'm afraid I can't answer that one.
Of course you can't. What? I, my team, they're they're all doing their own things. Roz is I don't know going down some kind of rabbit hole or other. Bones is being a fucking radio preacher now. Dr. Barton's MIA still. I
Well,
don't.
not enti- Oh,
I'm the only
I
one
shouldn't have said
doing
that.
shit. What?
Hmm?
You
Right,
wait,
right.
wait, what do you do you know what happened to Dr. Barton?
Uh, mm, I, um, well,
Okay.
yes and no.
Okay.
It's
How about this?
complicated.
You clearly know a lot more about me and mine than I know about myself. So, okay, maybe I don't get layers, maybe I don't get whatever other shit you're talking about, but like hypothetically, and okay, I'm not saying I want to do this, don't do some like fey like I gotcha bullshit, but like if I would I have to become one of your not followers to be able to know what you know?
that's that's not generally how it works. It's well, mhm. I'm not the one you should be speaking to about this sort of thing.
Then who?
I should not say that on air.
Okay. Um okay. Let's try to just bring this home. I do want to say I'm sorry I've been so hostile to you during this interview. You've I think you pushed a few of my buttons. You are really interesting to talk to. I just I don't know. I get kind of self-conscious sometimes about the way that me and the team are growing apart so fast, and I don't want to be
That's
like
good.
Roz, I really I care. I actually care about this shit. I care about remembering, I care about the future. I that's why I'm doing all this. That's what matters to me is I don't I don't want to be forgotten. I don't want to just do one thing move on to the next. I like it here. I love everyone here. am building really meaningful connections here, and I don't know why you want me to bite down and cut off my string. I like the string. I like my strings. I
It's,
like where I am.
it's remembering there's good things, and it can be done in moderation. And look, there's one more thing I should say. This isn't necessarily conducive to the rest of the story, but it's something an old friend of mine once said. It uses some language that isn't really something that I'd like as a word, but they once said that stagnation is the original sin.
Stagnation. I guess that's
That's,
why I got to
I
keep
think,
making stuff forever, because I don't want to stagnate either. I want to say my piece and then find ways to keep saying my piece, but I don't want it to
do you
end.
think, do you think repetition is necessarily always fresh?
Well, doesn't it beat ending the signal? Doesn't it beat the end of the story? When you close the book, no
So,
more book.
yes, but some books need to close.
Well, yeah, some do, but I don't want to close. I got more shit to say. I got more to do. I want to like, and y'all got like okay. So many people here have more they want to do too, and I feel like they haven't done everything they want to. I feel like there's more that people can be adding to Zampano,
Yes,
adding to
yes.
themselves, adding to the world. Like there's. So why are you so concerned with going towards the center? We got shit to do first.
Tragedy, tragedy is important, and I know it can seem tragic, but you're not going to understand.
Okay. I'm calling bullshit because tragedy is meaningless. Like there is no reason to be sad when you can just be happy. When there's things you can do. Okay, I know I said that weird, but and I know you got like divine knowledge of the tragedy of the universe, but like I if I can help it, I want to bring smiles to people. I want to make their days
yes,
better. I don't.
yes, that's good and all. That is good, but any good cause can be over focused on. You can zoom in so much that you're
Yeah.
just being blinded by a single, or you're missing your target. Do you want to? Sorry.
Look, I'm I think this has been a really enlightening discussion. I think you really have given me and our listeners a lot to think about. But I just I don't understand why you'd be here if you wouldn't want to be remembered. Like everything you're doing, that's part of the story too. The book isn't closed yet. So every new thing that you're saying and adding is you still contributing, you still being part of this, you still scarring or affecting you, whatever. You're making your impression
Yes, it's a
still.
distortion. The it's, it's not the picture. It's a distortion. It's a nuance that is important. But anyway,
I think we've
we should
I think
wrap up soon, right?
yeah, I've asked all the questions I have. Do you have any more you want to ask me now that I'm done with my questions?
If you had to leave, where would you go next?
Leave what? The labyrinth? Zampanio? I where what leave what?
Let's let's say, well, Zampano is a labyrinth anyway, but
Mhm.
let's say that. Yes, yes.
I don't if I had to leave,
Yes.
I think I'd just walk right back in. There's more to dig for. I don't
I see. I see. I think that's all for today then.
Okay, that's all for today then. Thank you very much for being here and
Yes.
it
And
was very
thank
nice
you.
getting to meet you again. You have given me genuinely a lot to think about, and if you ever have more that you want to say, feel free to get in touch. I can yeah I'll genuinely I'll happily have you on again. I know that was a little hostile at times, but I really am listening. I really do get what you're talking about, and you
Yes,
give a very
yes.
interesting perspective, because I think truth isn't always true. So
You're
I like
quite the
having you.
interesting character. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. You you've been okay. If I can be like indulgent, why me?
Why you?
Yeah, you
Well,
keep
technically,
talking.
I was also speaking to the audience as well, but
Okay, but like you keep saying that I'm your favorite character, that I'm like your lamb or whatever. Like what is this about? Like what
oh, I
you?
didn't say you were my lamb. You're not my lamb. You're
Oh,
going different table. I presume at least. Maybe if you changed your direction, you would be able to say otherwise, but you're not really
well,
following my
who would want to
hand.
be someone else's lamb? That um.
Oh, you should hear about something called the internet. Oh, but
I'll
anyway.
look it up. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, right,
I
right.
I think that's gonna be all. Again, contact me if you ever want to. Right. Yeah, I
Mm.
was gonna ask why me?
Why not you?
Because I'm no one. I'm just some girl.
You're someone.
Well, yeah, I'm the rememberist, but like,
You're. This is why it's so frustrating to meet. Never. Sorry. Uh, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Really, thank you.
thank you. Have a good rest of your eternity, I guess, and I'll keep an eye out for whatever you decide to
You
do with
too.
the moment of my time.
Of course. Of course.
Talk to you later.
Sayonara. The moon devours the sun, and the sun devours the moon.
Yep.